Hello friends, welcome to Global Online University. Friends, in this video you are going to discuss some important MCQs on communication. For more videos, for our mock test series, you can visit our website. The link for website will be given in the description box. Friends, as you all know, we have started our mock test series for KSET examination in English as well as in Kannada. These questions will be in English and also in Kannada, and you can give these mock tests through our website and also through our paid WhatsApp group. Okay, you can give it by the website and also through our WhatsApp group also you can give, and all these mock tests costs only 299 rupees, and at 299 you can get all 20 mock test series, and you will be added to our paid WhatsApp group. You can discuss your doubts with your friends and also with our your mentors. You can okay, you can discuss on MCQs also in this group. Okay, I hope you will join to this group and you will get all 20 mock test series, and I assure you that these 20 mock test series will really boost your preparation. And here you can see the schedule of mock test series. Already we have provided 19 mock test series. If you enroll now also, you can get all 20 mock test series. Okay, all these mock tests are available only at rupees 299. Okay, let us see the questions. Okay friends, here the question is: encoding is important to option A encourage feedback, option B eliminate noise, option C produce messages, option D ensure decoding of message. Friends, encoding is important to produce message. Okay, before producing the message, okay, a person who is going to give information, he has to encode it. So encoding is important to produce messages. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇನ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ಎನ್ಕೋಡಿಂಗ್ ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿದೆ? ಎನ್ಕೋಡಿಂಗ್ ಎಂಬುದು ಸಂದೇಶಗಳನ್ನು ತಯಾರಿಸುವ ಮೊದಲು ಯಾರು ಸಂದೇಶವನ್ನು ಕಳಿಸ ಬಯಸುತ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಈ ಸಂದೇಶಗಳನ್ನು ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡುವ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆಗೆ ನಾವು ಏನಂತೀವಿ? ಎನ್ಕೋಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಐ ಹೋಪ್ ಯು ಗಾಟ್ ದಿಸ್. Okay friends, what here you can see the picture. Here the person who is going to send the message, he has to encode the message. Okay, then the person who is going to receive the message, they will decode the message. Okay, the person who wants to give information, he has to encode it. Then the person who wants to receive the information, he has to decode it. Okay, in between them there will be a communication media. Okay, this is the process of communication. I think this concept has been cleared by seeing this picture. Okay, the encoder is the person who develops and send the message. Okay, for example, here you can see this person wants to send the message, so he is encoding. Then the encoder must determine how the message will be received by the audience through any channel. Okay, he has to decide. I have decided this message is given to you by using these slideshows. Okay, and make adjustments so the message is received by they want to it to be received, and okay, receivers will receive the information. Okay, encoding is the process of turning thoughts into communication. Please remember this line. Encoding is the process of turning thoughts into communication. The encoder uses a medium to send the message. Okay, medium. Okay, a phone call, email, text message, face to face meeting or other communication ಟೂಲ್ಸ್. ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎನ್ಕೋಡರ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಯಾರು ಮೆಸೇಜನ್ನು ಕಳಿಸಬಯಸ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವರು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಮೆಸೇಜನ್ನು ಎನ್ಕೋಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಯಾರು ಮೆಸೇಜನ್ನು ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವರು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಡಿಕೋಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಎನ್ಕೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮೆಸೇಜನ್ನು ಕಳಿಸಲು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಕಳಿಸುವವರು ಒಂದು ಚಾನಲ್ ಅಥವಾ ಮೀಡಿಯಾವನ್ನು ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾವನ್ನು ಬಳಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದು ಫೋನ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇಮೇಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಫೇಸ್ ಟು ಫೇಸ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಕೂಡ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ಐ ಹೋಪ್ ಯು ಗಾಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದೀಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯುವರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಗೋ ಟು ದಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್. Which of the following is not a successful communication? Okay, option A, one who presents material in a precise and clear way. Option B, one who is able to adapt himself or herself according to the language of the communicate. Option C, one who knows a lot but is somewhat reserved in his or her attitude. Option D, one who sometimes becomes informal before the receiver and develops rapport. Friends, when we can say the communication is not successful, one who knows a lot but is somewhat reserved in his or her attitude. For example, if a teacher knows everything, but even though he could not give more knowledge to the students because of his or her attitude, then at that condition the communication will fail. Okay, it is not successful. So your option C is the correct answer. ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ಈ ಕೆಳಗಿನವುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಯಶಸ್ವಿ ಸಂವಹನ ಅಲ್ಲ? ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ, ವಸ್ತುವನ್ನು ನಿಖರ ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತಪಡಿಸುವವನು. ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಬಿ, ಸಂವಹನದ ಭಾಷೆಗೆ ಅನುಗುಣವಾಗಿ ತನ್ನನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ಅವಳನ್ನು ಅಳವಡಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲು ಶಕ್ತನಾದವನು. ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಸಿ, ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ತಿಳಿದಿರುವ ಆದರೆ ಅವನ ಅಥವಾ ಅವಳ ವರ್ತನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಮೀಸಲು ಇರುವವನು. ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಡಿ, ರಿಸೀವರ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಕೆಲವೊಮ್ಮೆ ಅನೌಪಚಾರಿಕನಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ಸಂಬಂಧವನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವನು. ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸರಿಯಾದ ಉತ್ತರ, ಯಾವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಸಂವಹನ ಯಶಸ್ವಿ ಆಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂತಂದರೆ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ತನಗೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ತಿಳಿದಿದ್ದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಆದರೆ ಅವನ ಅಥವಾ ಅವಳ ವರ್ತನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆ್ಯಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಇರೋದರಿಂದ ಸರಿಯಾದ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನನ್ನು ನೀಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆವಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಸಂವಹನವು ಯಶಸ್ವಿಯಾಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. So friends, I hope you got this. Please remember all these points, friends. For every year in NET and KCET examination, 5 questions will be on communication, which will carry 10 marks. Okay, if you understand these basic things, you can easily give examination. You can easily answer to the question. So I am explaining you all these things. So let us go to the next question. In communication, chatting in internet is option A, verbal communication. Option B, non-verbal communication. Option C, parallel communication. Option D, grapevine communication. Friends, chatting is known as the verbal communication. So option A, verbal communication is the ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಸಂವಹನದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಚಾಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಯಾವ ಸಂವಹನ? ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ವರ್ಬಲ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದೀಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಲೆಟ್ ನಾವು ವಿಲ್ ಸಿ ವಾಟ್ ಡು ಯು ಮೀನ್ ಬೈ ವರ್ಬಲ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್. ಓಕೆ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ವರ್ಬಲ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ವೇರ್ sharing of the information will be taken by verbally, orally or in a written format. Okay, that is that letters or text. While chatting in the internet, the communication is taking place through text. Okay, so it is known as the verbal communication. ಸಂವಹನದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಚಾಟ್ ಮಾಡುವುದು ವರ್ಬಲ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ನಾವು ಓರಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಮೂಲಕ ಚಾಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಏನಂತೀವಿ? ವರ್ಬಲ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್. ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ, ನಾವು ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಮೆಸೇಜನ್ನು ಕಳಿಸಿದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಏನಂತೀವಿ? ವರ್ಬಲ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪರಸ್ಪರ ಮಾತನಾಡುವಾಗ ಕೂಡ ವರ್ಬಲ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ದ ರೈಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇಸ್ ವರ್ಬಲ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ಐ ಹೋಪ್ ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ದಿಸ್. ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಗೋ ಟು ದಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್. The information function of mass communication is described as option A, diffusion. Option B, publicity. Option C, surveillance. Option D, diversion. Friends, the correct answer is option C, surveillance. ಓಕೆ, ಸಾಮೂಹಿಕ ಸಂವಹನದ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಕಾರ್ಯವನ್ನು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಸರ್ವೆಲೆನ್ಸ್. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಷನ್ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಈ ಸಂವಹನದ ಸಾಮೂಹಿಕ ಸಂವಹನದ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಕಾರ್ಯವನ್ನು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಸರ್ವೆಲೆನ್ಸ್. Okay friends, let us go to the next. Okay, next slide. Communication surveillance. is monitoring, interception, collection, preservation, and retention of information that has been communicated or generated over communication networks to a group of recipients by a third party. I hope you got this. Communication surveillance, it is going to monitor interception and going to collect and preserve the information that has been already communicated or generated over communication networks. Please remember this. Let us go to the next question. In communication, a major barrier to reception of message is in communication. A major barrier to reception of message is option A, audience attitude, option B, audience knowledge, option C, audience education, option D, audience income. Friends, here the right answer is audience attitude. ಸಂವಹನದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂದೇಶಗಳನ್ನು ಸ್ವೀಕರಿಸಲು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಅಡೆತಡೆ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಅದು ಪ್ರೇಕ್ಷಕರ ವರ್ತನೆ. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ us go to the next question. A person has a very advanced sense of what is socially appropriate and always knows what to say in every social context. The person has which kind of linguistic competence? ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕವಾಗಿ ಸೂಕ್ತವಾದುದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಮುಂದುವರಿದ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆಯನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರತಿ ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲೂ ಏನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕೆಂದು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ತಿಳಿದಿರುತ್ತಾನೆ. ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯ ಭಾಷಾ ಸಾಮರ್ಥ್ಯವನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿದ್ದಾನೆ? Here the correct answer is option D, pragmatic. So pragmatic is the correct answer. Please remember this. So let us move to the next question. Books can be powerful source of communication provided. Option A, content is abstract. Option B, content is illustrative. Option C, medium is Hindi. Option D, content is presented through good print. Friends, here the correct answer is option B, content is illustrative. Okay. ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳು ಸಂವಹನದ ಪ್ರಬಲ ಮೂಲವಾಗಬಹುದು ಯಾವಾಗ ವಿಷಯವು ವಿವರಣಾತ್ಮಕವಾಗಿ ನೀಡಿದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ. If the content is illustrative, okay, it explains all the points very well, then we can say books are, so we can say books can be powerful source of communication if the content is illustrative. So friends, we'll move to the next question. Leadership roles first emerge in which of the following kinds of communication? Option A, intrapersonal communication. Option B, small group communication. Option C, face-to-face communication. Option D, media like cell phones and instant messenger. Leadership roles emerge in which of the following kinds of communication? Cell phones, instant messenger. It is not correct answer. Face-to-face communication, no. Then in intrapersonal, it is not possible. Okay, so the correct answer is option B, small group communication. ಈ ಕೆಳಗಿನ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯ ಸಂವಹನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾಯಕತ್ವದ ಪಾತ್ರಗಳು ಹೊರಹೊಮ್ಮುತ್ತವೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಸಣ್ಣ ಗುಂಪು ಸಂವಹನದಲ್ಲಿ. Okay friends, small group communication in small groups consists 3 or more people who share a common goal and communicate collectively to achieve it. During small group communication, interdependent participants analyze data, evaluate the nature of the problem, decide and provide a possible solution or procedure. Okay, very easy question. You can remember about this. So let us move to the next question. A speaker using complex terms, he is an example of. Option A, physiological noise. Option B, psychological noise. Option C, semantic noise. Option D, physical noise. A speaker using complex terms in an example of is a semantic noise. Friends, please remember this. It is known as the semantic noise. So let us go to the next question. Non-verbal messages are. Option A, Sorry friends, non-verbal messages are option A, overestimated in importance. Option B, attempts at manipulation and should be ignored. Option C, generally irrelevant to overall message meaning. Option D, important for a listener to understand. Friends, here the correct answer is non-verbal messages are important for a listener to understand. Okay, when you raise your hand. Okay, these are the non-verbal messages. Okay, non-verbal communication will takes place without any words like facial expressions and all. Okay friends, ಮೌಖಿಕ ಸಂದೇಶಗಳು ಕೀಳುಗುಣಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಥವಾಗುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿರ್ತವೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸರಿಯಾದ ಉತ್ತರ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಡಿ. ಓಕೆ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ಐ ಹೋಪ್ ಯು ಗಾಟ್ ದಿಸ್. Okay, what do you mean by non-verbal communication? Non-verbal communication refers to gestures, facial expressions, tone of voice, eye contact, body language, posture. These are all known as the non-verbal communication. Okay, listening while listening, then friendliness, open-mindedness, then feedback, confidence. Here you can see non-verbal communication pictures. Okay, in this way we will communicate non-verbally without using any words, by using our facial expression, tone of voice or eye contact, or by body language. Okay friends, let us go to the next question. The goal of perception checking is option A, confirmation, option B, cultural sensitivity, option C, to further explore the thoughts and feelings of others, option D, control. Friends, the goal of perception is to further explore the thoughts and feelings of others. ಗ್ರಹಿಕೆ ಪರಿಶೀಲನೆಯ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಗುರಿ ಯಾವುದು? ಇತರರ ಆಲೋಚನೆಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಭಾವನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಮತ್ತಷ್ಟು ಅನ್ವೇಷಣೆಗೊಳಿಸುವುದು. So option C, ಸರಿಯಾದ ಉತ್ತರ. So friends, I hope you will remember all these points. Now the next question is, communication between two or more people is called option A, organizational communication, option B, intrapersonal communication, option C, extrapersonal communication, option D, intrapersonal communication. Sorry, option B is the interpersonal communication, option D is ಇಂಟ್ರಾಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್. ಎರಡು ಅಥವಾ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಜನರ ನಡುವಿನ ಸಂವಹನವನ್ನು ಎಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಇಂಟರ್ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ communication. So option B, interpersonal communication is the correct answer. When communication takes place between two or more people is known as the interpersonal communication. Friends, here you can see interpersonal communication is the process by which people exchange information, feelings, meanings through verbally or non-verbally between two or more people. And it is, remember friends, it is a face-to-face communication. Okay, this is the process of communication. Sender, receiver, message from sender to receiver, again from receiver to sender, feedback. Okay friends, when we receive feedback, it is known as the circular communication. Please remember this also. Okay, now we'll move to the next question. Movements of the face that convey emotional meanings are called option A, displays, option B, emblems, option C, eye contact, option D, none of the above. Friends, here the right answer is option A, displays. Movements of the face that convey emotional meanings are called displays. ಭಾವನಾತ್ಮಕ ಅರ್ಥಗಳನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸುವ ಮೂಲಕ ಮುಖದ ಚಲನೆಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್. I hope you will remember this. Friends, please remember all these things. Okay, from anywhere you can get questions. Okay, to answer those questions, this type of basic knowledge is very essential, and you should also know how to answer, how to understand the question. So I am discussing daily MCQs for you. So friends, let us move to the next question. And here you can see displays are the verbal or non-verbal. Please remember this, displays may be verbal or also non-verbal of affect or emotion. These displays can be through facial expression, gestures, and body language, volume, tone of voice, laughing, crying, etc. Okay, now the next question is a disruption in the communication process is called option A transgression, option B feedback, option C noise, option D interaction. Friends, disruption in the communication process is known as the noise. Noise means anything which will disrupt the communication is known as the noise in the communication. ಸಂವಹನದ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಡ್ಡಿ ಎಂದು ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ನಾಯ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಶಬ್ದ. ಓಕೆ, ಸಂವಹನದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಅಡೆತಡೆಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ನಾಯ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ಅವರ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಈಸ್ people who engage in frank and open expression of their feelings are considered option A aggressive, option B rude, option C assertive, option D inconsiderate. Friends, people who engage in frank and open expression of their feelings, they are considered as option C assertive. So option C assertive is the right answer. ತಮ್ಮ ಭಾವನೆಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟ ಮತ್ತು ಮುಕ್ತ ಅಭಿವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಡಗಿರುವ ಜನರನ್ನು ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಸಮರ್ಥ. ಸೊ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಮೂವ್ ಟು ದಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಓಕೆ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಫಾರ್ ವಾಚಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ. If you like the video, you can share and comment. You can comment your doubts in the comment box, and also I hope you will subscribe to our mock test series. These mock test series will really boost your preparation. ಓಕೆ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ನೀವು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾಕ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸಿರೀಸ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ದಾಖಲಾಗಲು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀಡಿರೋ ನಂಬರ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವುದರ ಮೂಲಕ ನೀವು ದಾಖಲಾಗಬಹುದು. ಆ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ಹಾಯ್ ಐ ವುಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಟು ಎನ್ರೋಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮಾಕ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸಿರೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರು ಸಾಕು, ನಿಮಗೆ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನು ನೀಡಲಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.